Howdy, this is Andrew Perry with Busy Dad Fitness. You've heard me say being busy is not an excuse. You know that's the truth when it comes to your working out. It's especially true when it comes to your nutrition as well. The good news is it doesn't take a lot of time or a lot of effort to make a lot of healthy and delicious meals for your entire family. I'm going to show you just how much you can make in as little as 10 minutes. So we've got several things that we're going to be working on today. I'm going to be making an omelet. I'm going to be making a Greek style omelet because I feel like a little Mediterranean. I'm also going to be browning up some ground beef. I've got a pound of ground beef here that I'm going to cook up. Depending on how I season this, this can be taco meat later in the week. We can also use this to go with, put some marinara sauce on it and use it as a pasta dish later on as well. I've got this mix of vegetables. There's red bell peppers, there's zucchini, and there's cauliflower here. I'm going to add some olive oil, a little bit of balsamic vinegar, and then some salt and pepper, as well as some garlic powder. I'm going to put this in the air fryer for 10 minutes. This is going to turn out delicious. It's going to be a great side dish for any meal this week. Give this a toss. All right, I'm going to throw this in the air fryer. We're going to let that cook at 400 degrees for 10 minutes, stirring about halfway through. So I've got my meat browning. I'm going to throw some spinach. Some sliced mushrooms. And a few red onions. For my omelet, I'm going to let my vegetables cook a little bit, get them softened up before I add the eggs. So I'll put a lid on that. I'm going to put a lid on this. Let these cook for a couple minutes. It's summer, it's grilling season, so we need to take this outside and fire up that grill as well. Come join me outside. As I said, summer is the perfect time to use that grill and get the most bang for your buck from it. Today I'm going to be grilling up some sausage. I've got some hamburger patties that I smashed a little bit thin, so they're going to cook up faster. And then I've got some thin chicken tenders on skewers that are going to cook up pretty quick as well. I marinated these in some Italian dressing just to give them a little extra flavor. We're going to get this all on the grill, let it sit for about 4 minutes, and then we will flip it over. The sausage is already cooked, which means I really just want to get it hot, maybe put a little bit of a grill mark on it. But other than that, that's going to be ready to go pretty quick. All right, we're going to let this cook for about 4 minutes. Let's go back inside and see how the rest of the food is doing. All right, just finished washing my hands. Let's keep this cooking party going. Check on the ground beef really quick. That is turning out nicely. I'm going to go ahead and throw my onions in here. I diced up a whole onion earlier this week. I'm going to cook that with the ground beef. And then I'm going to add in some diced tomato later on. I'll give my mushrooms and my spinach a stir. That's turning up really nicely. While that's cooking, I'll go ahead and crack my eggs for my omelet. I love eggs as a protein source. They've also got a lot of healthy fats and vitamins. Again, this is a perfect way to start your morning or afternoon if you're doing intermittent fasting. Eggs are just a great meal, great food to have just about any time of the day. Okay, I'm going to throw in a couple of olives to give this more of a Mediterranean feel. Now while that's cooking up a little bit, let's talk about another great meal option. That's salad. I love having salads. They're very versatile. You can mix in whatever vegetables you want. It's also a great way to get a whole bunch of vegetables into your diet as well. So let's start with a spring mix of lettuce. And then I'm going to add in some bell peppers, some grape tomatoes, bit of chopped up broccoli. And I love banana peppers, so I'm going to throw in some pepper rings as well. As for my protein source, there's a lot of different options you can do here. You can add in hard-boiled eggs. If you cooked eggs earlier, you can throw in a package of tuna or salmon. You can mix in some of that ground beef that we're cooking or some of the chicken that we're grilling on the grill, or slice up a sausage as well. Today I've got some rotisserie chicken that I got from the grocery store. I'm going to throw that on top for my protein as well. Now all I need to do is add some olive oil and balsamic vinegar, and this is going to be a perfect lunch at home or at the office. Let's give these vegetables a quick stir. They're starting to brown very nicely. We are going to put these vegetables on a plate to let them rest for a second while we're cooking up our eggs. And then it's going to be time to go flip the meat on the grill. I'm going to add a little bit more ghee to keep those eggs from sticking to the pan. Go. Give these a stir. Then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper on them. Let's give that meat another stir real quick. So this is just about done. Those onions are starting to look soft as well. Let's go ahead and flip that meat, and then we'll come back in and finish up in here. Whew. All right, this meat's been on here for about 4 minutes, which means it is time to flip. It's starting to look fantastic. Let's go ahead and flip these over. Oh yeah, that chicken breast's got a nice color to it. Turn over the sausage. That's got a nice color to it as well, looking really good, plumping up. This is a chicken sausage with peppers and onions stuffed into it. I got it at the grocery store. I chose this one because it doesn't have any preservatives added to it, and these burgers are ready to flip. Perfect. With ground beef, you can obviously cook it a little bit less. Doesn't need to be completely well done unless you like a well done burger, but I think these are going to be just about perfect in another 4 minutes. So let's let this sit for another 4 minutes, get it completely cooking, and then we'll come out here and take it off the grill. Let's go back inside, finish up our cooking in the kitchen. All right, we're back. We are just about done in here. This egg is looking fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and top it with my spinach, mushrooms, onions, and olives. I'm also going to sprinkle in a little bit of goat cheese just to really enhance that Mediterranean flavor. There we go. See if I can fold this in half. Ooh. It's sticking a little bit. That's okay. It's still going to be delicious. May turn into more of a scramble than an omelet. That happens sometimes. Not a big deal. It's still going to taste delicious. All right, checking on this ground beef. Looking good. I think we're just about completely cooked through. Now's the time for me to add my roasted diced tomatoes. So I'm going to give that a stir. Meat a little bit more. All right, and I'm going to let that cook for just a little bit longer. Turn down the heat on it. We're not done yet. We've got 2 more things that we're cooking right now. If you have a little extra time to prepare ahead of time, you can put a piece of meat in a crock pot and let that cook for several hours. I've got a pork shoulder that's been cooking over since last night. It is done. It is looking fantastic. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper was all cooked to season. I've got a ton of meat in here. I can eat this for weeks. There's several dinners plus some leftovers for this week for my family. Make barbecue sandwiches or tacos, or put it on a salad or potato, whatever you want to do. Still one more thing to do, and that's going to be using our Instapot for a 1-minute meal. 1-minute meal, 3 ingredients, believe it. So our 3 ingredients is we've got some potatoes, we've got some green beans, and some sausage. We've got about 1.5 pounds of potatoes. I'm going to chop this up real quick. I'm going to add in a sausage link, toss in the green beans, and put it on the Instapot for 1 minute. we're just trying to get these potatoes diced up a little bit. Again, they don't have to be super fine. But this just shows you that it doesn't take a lot of time to get a really good meal prepared for your family, even if you didn't plan ahead. All right, got a couple potatoes here. Add that sausage link. I'm using an uncured Polish pork kielbasa today. Again, no added preservatives, so it should be pretty healthy. And we're just going to slice it up. We do about 1-inch slices. And then lastly, we'll add the green beans to it. You can buy fresh green beans, but you don't have to. Frozen green beans work just as well. I'm going to toss those in here. I'm going to add in 4 tablespoons of butter, which is what the recipe calls for. And then I'm going to sprinkle about 2 tablespoons of Old Bay seasoning, but you can use whatever seasoning you'd like to add to this recipe. Vegetables are done. We're going to put 1 cup of water into this. Put the lid on it. And all we're going to cook it for is 1 minute. That's correct. 1 minute. It's going to take a few more than a few minutes to warm up and get the pressure, but then after that, just a minute to cook. This egg is done. Did not turn out as beautiful as I hoped, but it's still going to be delicious. Let's go take that meat off the grill, and we are just about done. All right, it is time to take this meat off the grill. As you can see, it is looking fantastic, completely cooked through. Got these sausages plump, bursting. Now these burgers may look a little thin for some of you guys. Don't worry. If you need a little bit extra beef, just double them up. You've got a double patty. Get all the beef protein that you need. But again, only taking about 8 minutes to cook completely through. And then lastly, our chicken tenders are looking fantastic. Beautiful brown color. These are going to be awesome. Again, with those mixed vegetables that are in the air fryer or on top of the salad, or just eat them by themselves. There you have it. 10 minutes. We've made a ton of food for the week for our entire family. Didn't take a lot of preparation, just a little bit of forethought, just a little bit of thinking ahead. I hope you guys have a fantastic, healthy, and nutritious summer. Thank you so much for watching.